Hey guys, good evening. Thank you for joining me for tonight's homework. Tonight we're going to talk about geometric solids. The first thing I want you to do is I want you to look at these five shapes on the board, and I want you to name as many of the five shapes as you think you can. Let's start with this one right here. That. Obviously there's a flat bottom, and it ends in a point right there at the top. Most of you know what this shape is right there. That shape is something commonly found in your pantry. Can you name that? Most of you guys also know this one. There's a special name for that solid. I wonder if you can name it. This one you might know. It starts with the letter C, and it is another solid. This, something you eat in the summertime, turn the other direction. An ice cream what? See if you can name that. These shapes are all, I'm right down here now. These shapes are all three-dimensional, or 3D. They all have a thickness as well as a width and a height. They are all considered solids. Which one of the shapes up there can you guys roll? Well, that one, right? Which shapes have a tip? Well, I see a tip there, and I also see a tip over here on this one. Which shape has no flat surfaces at all? Well, if this had a flat surface, how in the world would you kick it and run with it? Which shapes have all flat surfaces? Well, I think it's this one, all flat surfaces. Which shapes have both curved and flat faces? If you think about it, a curved sides and flat faces. This has a curve with a flat top and a flat bottom. This is curved with only a flat bottom. Excellent job. Let's move on. You can see all the squiggly lines all over there. I'm going to erase that. I'm going to erase all those squigglies and start over with another color. I want you to look at the lines of symmetry here. If you look here, some of the following shapes have lines of symmetry. The butterfly, you can look, has a line of symmetry straight down the middle. This domino has a line of symmetry here as well as here. If I folded it both directions, it would match up. I want you to look at this triangle. You see that line of symmetry there? I could fold it and it would match. Also there, and of course, three lines of symmetry in that triangle. If you look at the bottom here, right down here, which of the following shapes is not symmetric? Is not. Which of the following shapes is not symmetrical? There's one shape here that you could not find a line of symmetry. I'm wondering if you can find it. Let's go on. So if you look here, geometric solids, I want you to take a look right here at this shape right here. This is called a cube. This has 12 edges. Each one of these sections right there is considered an edge. So right on the top, do you see that? There are 4 edges just on the top. If I have 4 edges on my top, don't you think the bottom has 4 edges too? So every side of this cube has 4 edges. Look at the cylinder here. This cylinder has an edge here and an edge on the bottom. It has 2 edges. A cube over here, take a look at this cube. This cube has how many faces? When you think of a face, think of the area where you could draw a face. Do you see that? So that's one face there. Could I draw more faces? Well, you can clearly see that it says that you can have 6 faces on a cube. Now, check out this. This is that can that you find in your pantry. This is called a cylinder. And a cylinder only has 2 places where you could draw a face. You could draw your silly face right on the top and the hidden part. Do you see this hidden part down here? Down on the bottom. The cylinder has 2 faces and 1 curved surface. Now, the last thing I want to talk about with you is vertices. Vertices is a funny name. Basically, I want you to think about vertices as places where there's a point on your shape.